you going? I come to watch your flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me?
Finally, the day has come. Welcome everyone to this momentous and very, very, very happy occasion, the wedding of our beloved Rex and Jean. As you all well know, this day has been a very long time coming. Rex and Jean have been together for 23 years. So long so that it's hard to think of one without the other, isn't it? Aren't you always saying Rex and Jean or Jean and Rex? It's like salt and pepper. They just go together. And I'm sure that all of us here have thought of them as a married couple for a very long time. And I know that Rex and Jean most certainly already feel married. So making a public declaration like this might almost feel redundant at this point. However, this is a profound moment. Today, a 23-year relationship becomes a legal marriage. From this day forward, Rex and Jean will no longer only be partners. They will officially be legally married husbands. And while it is wonderful that we live at this exciting time in history when the law finally allows them to take this step so they can receive all of the rights and benefits marriage affords, and it's lovely that society at large will now recognize their partnership as a marriage. What makes this day so deeply meaningful for Rex and Jean is that you are here to share this milestone with them, that their vows are being witnessed by you, their dearly loved friends and family. I was so honored when Rex and Jean asked me to officiate for them. Who knew you could just fill out a form online and become an ordained ministress, but here we are. It's definitely the most awesome role I've ever been given, so thank you for casting me. But I want to say before we go any further, Rex and Jean, I've tried to say it to you a million times over the years, but I will never be able to repay your friendship. I don't know what I ever did to get so lucky to have you in my life. Watching your love for each other, having a front row seat to your relationship for the past 20 years is the greatest gift I've ever been given. When I was talking with Rex and Jean about what they wanted for this ceremony, in typical Rex and Jean fashion, they weren't concerned about themselves. They wanted this day that should be all about them to be all about you. But I believe I speak for all of us, Rex and Jean, when I say it is our privilege to stand beside you today. We have witnessed your love for each other, and it is a joy to now have the opportunity to witness the moment when one of the greatest partnerships of all time becomes what is certain to be one of the most inspiring marriages the world has ever seen. This is one of those just when you thought it couldn't get any better moments. Jean texted me a couple of days ago telling me that he had one of those moments himself. Apparently the local donut bar has come up with something in which they take a croissant and combine it with a donut, creating something called the cronut. Just when you thought it couldn't get any better. Two things you probably all know about Rex and Jean. They are incredibly generous and they love food. Generosity and food were both involved when I first learned of their relationship. In 1990, Rex Nockengust, originally from Ohio, met Jean Allen from Arkansas in a galaxy far, far away called New York City, where they had both moved to pursue careers as singer-actors. The two had been dating for about a year when Rex was cast in a European tour of a musical. I was also cast in that show. And one day, while we were rehearsing in New York, Rex, in his generosity, brought in food to share with the cast. I did not know the word crudité at the time, but he offered me some beautiful sliced veggies and dip. And I said, thank you so much. It's so sweet of you to bring this in to share with all of us. And Rex said, oh, it was nothing. And we had a few people over last night. And I said, oh. Now, our show was about to leave for Europe for a year. So I said to Rex, are you going to be leaving a girlfriend behind? And he said, oh, a boyfriend, actually. And I almost choked on the baby carrot I was eating. I was fresh off the bus from Michigan, from a pretty sheltered life, and that sort of thing never occurred to me. It also never occurred to me that this man and his boyfriend would become central figures in my life, and that their love would teach me more about true love than any relationship I would ever witness. Rex and I became what the kids today call besties on that tour. We sang Tony and Maria from West Side Story together. We sat across from each other in cafes and had long talks over cappuccino. And we shared pizza margarita together in every Italian restaurant across Germany and Scandinavia and the Netherlands. 6 months into the tour, the boyfriend came to visit. Gene was tall and handsome and so incredibly nice. I immediately did not like him. Rex and Gene love to tell the story of how the first time the three of us had lunch together, I had to excuse myself from the table and go into the ladies' room.
Or richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, and do you promise to love, honor, and cherish him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do you, Gene, take this man, Rex, to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
To have and to hold, good times and in bad, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, and do you promise to love, honor, and cherish him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do you have the rings? Rex, placing the ring on Gene's finger, please repeat after me. With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring I thee wed.
Gene, you know what to say.
With this ring I thee wed.
That Gene made, by the way.
By the authority vested in me by the state of California, I now pronounce you officially, finally, after 23 years, legally married. You may now kiss your husband.
To join the newlyweds for tacos and tequila. The food will be rolling shortly. The bar is now open. Let's celebrate! Yay!